Hello, seventh graders. I want to share this story with you. I call it my reset story. So this happened several years ago when I was teaching over at Central Kitsap Junior High at the time. I had a student walk in my class and she was crying, and asked her if she wanted to go to the counselor, and she said no. Asked her if she wanted to go out in the hallway and talk with a friend, and she said no. And I asked her, well, can you tell me what's wrong? And she said, well, in the period before, her teacher was they were reading a story about a grandmother that had cancer, and the grandmother died. And she said, well, my grandmother has cancer. And she was just really upset and crying. And then the bell rings, and I'm supposed to start class. And I walk to the front of the room, and I'm about ready to write on the board 4x plus 3x, blah blah, and I just stop. I'm like, I can't teach math right now. I mean, I have to help her. So I just off the cuff launched into this talk, and I think it's appropriate for what we're going through right now with all this stuff going on around now. And so I just told her about how in my class, how at the time we had a son who was a ranger, and he was deployed to Afghanistan, and we knew that he was going to be going. He went 3-month deployments every year, so he did it 4 years in a row. He went there, and we had time to think about this idea of worrying, and what were we going to do, and when we um, had the impulse to worry, and because you can't worry somebody to health and safety. I mean, no matter how much you worry, you can't do that. And so we decided that we were going to pray. And I'm not saying you have to pray. I'm just saying that's an option. And so I told the class that when you're concerned about somebody, uh, what can you do for that person? I said, well, you can. That's one option. You can pray for them. Another thing you can do is you can you write them a letter? Can you give them a phone call? Can you maybe make them some cookies or something? Or can you go visit them? But what can you do for that person to encourage them and show them that you care about them and appreciate them? And there's things you can do. And um, and so when we realized that we were worrying about our son, we would stop and pray for him, and you know and because we couldn't communicate with him, um, um, write him letters or anything because we didn't know where he was, or that they weren't going to get to him. And so, anyways, that was very helpful to us. And as I was explaining this, I could see the girl, just her countenance change and stuff, and and she just relaxed, and we were able to move forward, and I was able to just start teaching math too. And I even gave a quiz at the end of class, and I remember that she got 100% on it. So um, the point is, about the reset button is we're all going to have periods in our life where we're so upset or worried about something that it's impacting us and making it difficult for us to be productive and responsible. And it's going to vary with all of us and vary with whatever situations. Different situations will be more impactful than others, but we want to get back to a place where we can hit that reset button and get back to a place where we can be responsible and be respectful and do our job. And so a great thing to do is to um, look for the good, because you're going to find whatever you look for. If you want to look for the bad in people or in situations, you're going to be able to find that. And if you want to look for the good in others, and in situations you can find that too. And for me, I believe that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I believe that each of you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and because of that belief, it challenges me to then treat you with respect, to treat myself with respect, um, and then because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, but then also to treat others with respect because they are fearfully and wonderfully made, and so um, my challenge to you is to treat yourself with respect and treat your brothers and sisters with respect, treat your parents with respect, treat your friends with respect, your neighbors, even your enemies or total strangers, but just with this, because of this, belief that they are fearfully and wonderfully made and they're precious and special. Life is such a gift. That's why they call right now the present, because it's so special and a gift. And so I just want to encourage you to um, to respect yourself, and that I think comes from a place of believing that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Um, I think that helps. And so and the other last thing, perfect love casts out all fear. When you get your eyes off yourself and you are just thinking about other people, this other person, say, and wanting to encourage them and help them, um, it's funny how it works out where it's ends up being mutually beneficial. You can help that person, but in the process of helping that person, you actually help yourself. The most the happiest people are the people who actually don't think about themselves very much. They're actually thinking about others and trying to encourage and love on and support that other person. And conversely, the most depressed people are the people who spend all their time thinking about themselves. And it is that's just kind of a rough place to be. I encourage you to look for opportunities, and the best place to learn to love others is with your family. That's like education 101. Love 101 is, love your brothers, your sisters, your love on your mom and dad, honor your parents, and that's a great place to start, because your family is how you treat your family is kind of who you are. How you treat your friends is kind of like who you'd like to be, but how you treat your family is really who you are. So start off, treating your family really well, and looking for things um, to be thankful, and ways, looking for ways to encourage them, and to love on them. So I just want to give you that word of encouragement. Hope you're doing well and thinking about you.